Hey guys, so I am here with part 2 of my huge giant epic collective haul. This is going to go on for a while, but I'm not going to do it straight in order. Obviously you want to watch something else besides my hauls. So after this we'll have some other things and then we'll continue on with a couple more parts to the haul until we get through. Today is the same day that I did part 1. However, can you hear all those fireworks? It's July 4th. It's almost 11 p.m. So it's the same day, just a ton of hours later. I watched about 5 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. I comforted and calmed down Widget because she doesn't really like the fireworks. I don't know if she thinks the world's ending or that somebody's going to come through the door. She gets very skittish and then she alternates to guard cat, like she's going to protect me, so it kind of depends. Anyway, so continuing on, there are, if you're watching part 2 and you missed part 1, feel free to go back and watch part 1. But there's going to be some beauty stuff, but there's also movies and books and other things as we go along. So, here we go with part 2. So, I picked up some movies, so I'll have them kind of sprinkled in. This one I got at Kmart for like $5. This is an oldie but a goodie. I just didn't have it. And this is Mean Girls. Most everybody has seen that. I love Mean Girls. It's one of my favorite movies. Obviously the reason that I bought it. The next thing I have is some Clean Cauldron eyeshadows. This one is the one in Diamond. I have not used that yet. It's just, it'll be a nice inner corner highlight. That was my purposes behind that. I do believe that I ordered one of those boxes. She has a mystery box, and I think that came in it. I'm not sure. This one is Garnet, which is my absolute favorite. I actually, funny story, thought that I had lost this one. We recently had a flood. Literally, like, it was like a river out my door and water was seeping in underneath the walls, and I immediately went to throwing things, and I thought, I just was throwing, things in. I've got baskets that have brushes and totes that have eyeshadows, little cubby things, and that are holding them, waiting for me to get to them pressed so that, and then I keep them there. The remainder, if there's anything left over, it just stays there until I run out. Well, I already had this Garnet, was already pressed, and after all of the drama, I went back and I was putting things back where they go, and I couldn't find my Clean Cauldron Garnet, Clean Cauldron Jupiter, or Asteroid Belt, and I was pretty upset because those are kind of favorites, and couldn't find them. And got to looking around and found them in the original Clean Cauldron quad, and so I found an extra Garnet, so now I have 2 of these. Because, as you see, sorry to blind you, so now I have 2 of these, but this is absolutely just stunning. I want to get Ruby as well. Okay, and another one I got, this is from Breesia. This is the King of Bones, and it is from her Villains collection. So pretty. Great outer corner color. I absolutely love it. Another thing, I don't know, I'm not going to open this up. This is an Elizabeth Mott Pop Goes the Shadow. My friend Debbie sent me this, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's absolutely shattered. It's workable, but I don't want to, like seriously, if I tilt it more than that, I'm going to lose it. But the name of the color is Champagne. I think that will also be a nice inner corner color, possibly an all over the lid color or something in the center of the lid just to pop. It's one of those great basic staple colors. Another thing I got was a book. Well, actually, there are a bunch of books. And some of these are Christmas. I think I got this from my mom. She's always looking for books for me. And this is called Silent Night. It's by Rebecca York and Danny Sinclair. So, excited to read that. This was a book that when I was a kid, and by kid I mean like 14, 15-ish, I was obsessed with Harlequin romances. I don't know how, but somehow I finagled my way into a monthly subscription, and I would get 4 of those little books, you know, the white books, that were the Harlequin romances. But every so often you would get Harlequin super romances, and those were the good ones. The white ones, the original ones that you got every month, were so predictable, and it was just a bunch of smut and sex. And no, not all Harlequins are smut and sex. The super romances actually had stories. So, this is a book that I used to have, and somehow over the years I had lost it. Well, the problem is I couldn't remember the name. I couldn't remember the author. I just remembered the cover and the story, you know, the storyline. And this is Another Woman by Margot Dalton. This is one of the best Harlequin books I ever read. This is about a husband and wife. The wife got amnesia, and she was just a mean person, and it was just because, you know, she was protecting herself. She just thought that, you know, the world was against her, her husband was against her, she hated him, although she really didn't. And she gets amnesia, and it's almost like she's the woman she would have been had she not went through all of the abuse and the crap that she went through. But anyways, but it's a really, really good book. And so if you can find it, it's called Another Woman by Margot Dalton. Yes. So if you can find that, I recommend that you read it, because I thought it was a really great book. Another thing, my friend Debbie sent me a bunch of stuff, Bare Minerals stuff, a few other things. She sent me a ton of Summer Bisque. She sent me 2. She also sent me a ton of Mineral Veil. This is the original Mineral Veil. She also sent me a little bitty, like a little sample size jar that looks like this, but it is Brightening Pearl Mineral Veil, which is one of maybe my favorite Mineral Veil formula ever, that I've been working on using up for a while. And it just gives me that great glow, and I love it. It's sort of like Bare Minerals' answer to an ambient lighting powder. I love it. And then I picked up this. Now, this also came with a Kabuki brush. So, this is the Kabuki Light Brush from Bare Minerals. This is all a set. This is the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. I have the color Vanilla. And the corresponding Complexion Rescue Mineral Veil. Okay. Another thing, I picked up the Bare Minerals original foundation in Fairly Light, so I picked that up. It came with some more things. This is the All Over Face Color in True. I use it as a blush, but you could use it as an eyeshadow with this that came in the kit. This is the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Shadow. It has an SPF of 15, and this is Sunlit Ivory. It's just a nice skin color. Kind of, I called this set the Summer in a Box. You have your foundation, you have this just to even out everything, and it does really good. I did use it once, and it barely creased at all, and I used no primer underneath it. But, you know, with that, and then this on the cheeks, it's just a beautiful color. It's very natural. I'm not even sure you're going to be able to see it, but it's right there. And it's just beautiful on the cheeks. But it's also a nice eyeshadow. You can use it very lightly in the crease, all over the lid. It's wonderful, but that is in the Ready formulation. I will not swatch it because I haven't used it yet. But this is True. It's a corresponding color. And this is, I forget what it's called. It's like a hydrating something stain. I'm sorry about that, but it was in the kit. And then it came with a primer. This is the Bare Minerals Primetime Daily Defense Foundation Primer, SPF 30. I also got for my birthday my mom got me Sarah Brightman's Greatest Hits. If you are a fan of Phantom of the Opera, this is the chick that sang in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. And then my cousin Bridget got me Maleficent on Blu-ray, so loved that, saw that in the theater, and was obsessed with it. Another thing is my friend Debbie sent me a little jar of Clear Radiance. This is, it can be used as a highlighter. You can use it in the center of the lip as an eyeshadow. You can use it so many different ways. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let's see. A friend of mine sent me this a long time ago, probably 3 or 4 months ago, maybe even longer. But this is Wet n Wild Fergie in Ferguson Crest Cabernet, which is just a gorgeous dark color. I have the corresponding nail polish to go with it, which I also love. And one more thing, because we are running out of time, people. The lovely Leticia sent me these 2 blushes. This one is Physicians Formula in Rosy Glow, which is so hard to find, and I was so excited to see it in my package. And then she also sent me this one from, I think it's Ecobella, and that is the one in Earthy Rose. I have not used either of those yet, but I will. They just I haven't grasped for them yet. And the last thing that I have for this particular video is my lovely friend Viv sent me a ColourPop. Actually, she sent me 2, but the other one is buried here. A Super Shock shadow from ColourPop in Desert, which is just a beautiful champagne-y lid color. Lovely, lovely, wonderful. I'm going to have to buy some ColourPop. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But that is everything for part 2. We've got a part 3 coming. I'm not sure which. It might be next week. It might be the week after. But I will see you on the next one.